And I'd like to share a story with you about Bob's connection with our hometown of Toronto, if I may. It was 1976, and Bob was recording a record in Toronto. And the record was done, and he sent the band home. And he was just hanging out, trying up loose ends at the studio. And the producer, a guy named Jack Richardson, said to Bob, he said, "Bob, I think we need another song, man. I think we need one more tune. You got it in?" And Bob thought about it, and he said, "Yeah, man." He goes, "I got this one thing I've been working on for a little bit." So he said, "Play it for me." So we played it for him on the piano. The producer said, "I like it, man. That sounds pretty cool. Let's record it." Problem was, Bob sent his band home. He didn't have a band. So the producer got on the phone, and he called some local Toronto session players, some local dudes. And he brought them in, and Bob played them the song. And they recorded it. And it went so well that they ended up naming the record after this song. And this is a song that made Bob Seger an international star. Wow. And it goes like this. All around. She was alive every midnight. On her own, sitting where I with her fire. I was going for the whole time. That's easy about this shit. Well, I was good. And it's funny how the night moves. Just so seem to have that much to lose. Strange how the night moves. on closing on.
For everybody on this side of the room and on this side of the room. Y'all feel funky tonight? Make some noise. The little song goes like this. I used to smoke 5 packs of cigarettes a day. It was the hardest thing to put them away. I got 4 or 5 bottles of wine. Off the glass in my hand all the time.
It's Wednesday night, y'all. It's time for Truck Stop Mixtape, everybody! Welcome again, y'all, for another episode of Truck Stop Mixtape. Tonight, it's Bob Seger night. Mr. Robert Clark Seger, born in Detroit. The man, the Ramblin, Gamblin man. How y'all doing tonight? I'm excited because I love Bob Seger, and I'm so happy that y'all are here. We got so many crazy people already in the house. I see Tim Davis. Yeah, Seger rocks. Damn, in the 70s. He was really good in the 70s. Leslie Goshko in the house as well. Man, Toby Kyle, Irene Pena, Valerie Norsgok, and who else? Was somebody else in there that I don't want to forget. But hey, thank you all for joining in. And I'm just going to start with the music because there's so much music here tonight. I've got some really cool people, and one of my favorites that I found this week is a new band. You need to find them online. They're called French Leftovers. They're from Paris, and they do a bunch of covers and originals, but they have a playlist of Seger songs, and I'm going to be playing a few of them tonight. I'm going to start off with this one. This is one of my favorites. It's Still the Same. This is Truck Stop Mixtape. Bob Seger night, y'all. Let me know that you're here. Come on, leave a comment. Say something. Say something. All right, and tell me where you're watching from. Truck Stop Mixtape, y'all. Still the Same.
You always won every time you placed a bet. You're still damn good. No one's gotten to you yet.
Every time they were sure they had you caught, you were quicker than before. You just turned your back and walked.
You always said the cards would never do you wrong. The trick, you said, was never play the game too long.
The gamble share, the only risk that you would take, the only loss you could foresee, the only bluff you couldn't fake.
And you're still the same. I caught up with you yesterday. Moving game to game, no one's standing in your way. Turning on your charm, long enough to get you by. You're still the same. You still aim high.
Nothing left to say.
'Cause you're still the same. You're still the same. Moving game to game. Some things never change. You're still the same. You're still the same.
That's a family affair, y'all. French Leftovers. That's Dominique Cotton, vocals, guitar, bass. Leo Cotton, piano and organ. And Margot Cotton on vocals and drums. French Leftovers. Beautiful, y'all. We're celebrating Bob Seger tonight. And here on Truck Stop Mixtape, what I like to do is every other week, you know, and maybe every week. Who knows? I don't know what's going on half the time in my life. I like to come up with a theme. And this week's it's Bob Seger. And we celebrate the artists. You know, we have artists performing his songs, and that's usually the theme. We talk about them. I have you tell me if you had any experiences with Bob Seger, whether you saw him live or if there's any particular song that connects with you in a way that we need to mention and talk about, or if there's just anything you want to say about Bob Seger. We're celebrating the man. We're just celebrating his music, and we want to do this together. It's just a chance. It's a chance for all to get together, you know, and hang and play some great music. That's right. Craig says fab. Awesome. Tammy's not impressed, but hey, Tammy, that's all right. Might get you with the next one. We can't win them all. We can't win them all. I'm gonna keep on with the music right now. This gentleman is by the name of Joe Worrell. Joe Worrell. He's doing Roll Me Away. Check it out, y'all.
Took a look down a westbound road, right on where I made my choice. Headed out on the big two-wheel, was tired of my own voice. Took a beat on a northern plain that drove that power on. "12 hours out of Mackinac City, stopped at a bar to have a brew. Met a girl and we had a few drinks. Told her what I decided to do. She looked out the window a long, long moment. She looked into my eyes. She didn't have to say a thing. I knew what she was thinking. Roll, roll me away, won't you roll me away tonight? I too am lost, I peeled up across and I'm to see what's wrong and what's right. Never even said a word, we just walked out and got on that bike. And roll, roll queen out of sight. Across the high place, deep into the mountain, felt so good to me. Finally feeling free. But somewhere along the high road, the air began to turn cold. She said she missed her home. I had it all. Stood alone on a mountaintop staring out at the great divide. I go east, I could go west. It was all up for me to decide. Just then I saw your heart lying and my soul began to die. Pretty soon my heart was singing, roll, roll me away, gonna roll me away tonight. Gotta keep rolling, gotta keep riding, keep searching for what I think is right. As the sunset faded, I spoke
light. Said next time. Next time we'll get it right. Roll me away, won't you roll me away tonight? Roll me away tonight.
Joe Worrell there from Atlanta, Georgia. Joe is a crazy busy musician out there, decorated veteran. Has played with the likes of Merle Haggard, Ronnie Millsap, and Jason Aldean, and a whole bunch of other. Oh, Sleep of the Wheel. Oh my God, this guy's played with people. Great voice there, great voice. Please check him out, Joe Worrell. Again, this is a Bob Seger night. We're celebrating the music of Bob Seger, having a cool bunch of crazy independent artists out there doing some Bob Seger songs. And of course, your participation, people in the house telling me what they love about Bob and what's going on and you know, their experiences, like Tim, who said you know, he saw him in Portland in the late 70s, and you know, just have a little fun with Bob Seger. I've got some guests in the house coming up. I've got this band called Forever Seger, one of the premier tribute bands in Canada for Bob Seger, and I've got my friend David Gorman in the house as well, who's from Detroit and is a treasure chest of knowledge as far as Detroit stuff is concerned. I'm gonna play some more music right now before we get to any guests. But check this out. This is who should I play next? Let's see. Who should I play next? Okay, let me play this cat. This guy's named TJ Lyle from a band called the Georgia Thunderbolts, and great Southern rock style band. But lead singer recorded this by himself over the pandemic, and it's a nice version, y'all. This is Mean Street by TJ Lyle from the Georgia Thunderbolts here on almost said Thunder Stop Mixtape, Truck Stop Mixtape, everybody.
I remember standing on a corner at midnight, just trying to get my courage up. There was this long, lovely dance at a little club downtown. Loved to watch her do her stuff. Through the long, lonely nights, she filled my sleep. Body softly swaying to that smoky beat. Down on Main Street. Down on Main Street. The pool hall, the hustlers and the losers used to watch her through the glass. Well, I'd stand outside at closing time just to watch her walk on past. Unlike all the other ladies, she looked so young and sweet. Made her way along down that empty street. Down on Main Street. Down on Main Street. Ooh. Sometimes even now, when I'm feeling lonely and beat, I drift back in time and I find my feet down on Main Street.
There you go, y'all. TJ from the Georgia Thunderbolts. Very emotional there. Very cool. Check them out. GeorgiaThunderbolts.com. Another great Southern rock band. What's up, everybody? Where you at? Where you watching from? Let me know. Let me know if you have any particular things about Bob Seger that you'd like to share. Your favorite songs, or maybe something that happened at a Bob Seger concert or in a Bob Seger concert venue, parking lot. I don't know. Whatever you got, let me know. I want to know. I want to know what what the man means to you. I'm gonna bring on a friend here from Detroit. My brother. Oh, check it out. TJ Lyle in the house. Yes. Good job, man. Good job. Great voice. Great voice. Want to see you. Want to see the band, man. I want to see the whole band. Want to see the whole band. Thanks for doing that. I got my brother Mr. David Gorman in the house. Let me remove this better. Here he comes.
Well, hey,
David. How are you, brother?
I'm good. Do I look relaxed? Do I look tan and relaxed?
How you been?
Been okay. Yeah.
Good.
Fumbling around the office today, trying to knock out my song, and that was harder than I expected it to be.
Yes, it's not. It ain't easy. It ain't easy.
You don't realize what a good singer he is until you try to do it. That was the lesson I learned.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's he did so much. You know what I mean? Like he could squeeze so much out of like 3 chords. And just I love him, and I've always. It's funny because like I was speaking to you earlier this week about this. I came to him really late, not really late, but want to say my teens or whatever, and it was through a movie. Is that movie Mask from the 80s with Cher, Peter Bogdanovich movie, and it was just like chock full of Bob Seger tunes. And Bob Seger meant a lot to the people in the movie. And therefore, I just kind of was like, okay, I've heard some of these songs and but I didn't feel them the way I felt them through that movie. And then that was it. Then I was like searching out for things and buying albums but you're from Detroit, so that's a different story.
Yeah, it's you're almost not allowed not to dig them. You can fight it. And I did, because my like punk rock and soul fanatic days, you kind of wanted not to like the guy.
Yeah,
because he just represented like a certain, like that just FM classic rock thing, and then after a while you just give in, because like you said, like he's done so much stuff that like you're gonna cross paths, like you're gonna meet him. Like if you're going through your punk rock thing, then you're gonna meet him around songs like Lucifer, 2+2, like his like sort of garage punk, like when he was hanging with the MC5 kind of days,
the early days, yeah.
And like, even as like a soul freak, like I didn't learn this until much later on, but like half of those Silver Bullet records, he didn't use his band. He went down to Muscle Shoals.
Yeah,
cut those records down there because and I was looking at an interview with him recently, and he basically said, and this is something I like, you're in band, so this you can probably relate to this in a way I can't, but he said that he went down to Muscle Shoals because like Silver Bullet Band couldn't handle the ballads. Like there was something about like how that band was built that when he would slow it down, they got lost. But when you listen to those tracks, you listen to the Muscle Shoals tracks, and that's part of what's great, like the piano parts and the backup vocals, and like, I mean, it's amazing.
I mean, you might know if this is true or not, but is it true that he was the person who recorded the most at Muscle Shoals?
Oh, I don't know that.
Like over the years, he just always kept going back.
That wouldn't surprise me to hear, because he was cutting there like well after
Yeah, I mean, he
heyday
cut
of
at both
studios.
places. He cut it at the first building and when they moved over.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, that would be a pretty cool badge of honor. Like it's like Seger and then like what, Pickett or someone like that. Like Clarence Carter or something.
I'm gonna play some music and we'll come back and talk some more, brother. This is my brother here, Robert Keel. Yes, Robert Keel, another Georgian. No, actually, I think he's in Florida. I'm gonna double check, but here he is doing a good, nice double dose of Bob Seger with Traveling Man and Beautiful Loser. Here we go.
Up with the sun, gone with the wind. She always said I was lazy. Leaving my home, leaving my friends, running when things get so crazy. Out to the road, out near the stars, feeling the breeze, passing the cars. Women have come, women have gone. Everyone trying to cage me. Oh, summer sun's for me. I feel like I'm bleeding. Others, they only raise me. Sometimes at night, I see the faces. I feel the traces even left on my soul. Those are the memories that make me a wealthy soul. Take those are the memories that make me a wealthy soul. Traveling man, when I can, traveling as I head across the globe. Oh, traveling man, catching a can, sooner or later I'm going. Oh, traveling man, yeah. Traveling man. Sometimes at night I see the faces, I feel the traces even left on my soul. These are the memories, maybe a wealthy soul. I tell you, those are the memories, maybe a wealthy soul. Another traveling man. Traveling man, yeah. He wants to dream like a young man, with the wisdom of an old man. He wants his home and security. He wants to live like a sailor at sea. Beautiful loser, reading on the wall. Realize you just don't need it all. You should understand your best friend. If you need help, be there, yeah. It's always willing to be second best. The perfect logic, the perfect guess. Beautiful loser, never take it all, 'cause it's easier, faster when you fall. Oh, you just don't need it all. You don't need it all. You can try still can't have it all. You never think any enemies in me. He wasn't playing, he was caught in a freeze. Yeah, he'll always ask, he'll always say please. Beautiful loser, never take it all. Realize you just don't need it all. Oh, you just don't need it all. Just don't need it all.
Yes, from Florida, Mr. Robert Keel. Robert Keel killing it. Loving it. RobertKeel.net. Check him out, y'all. RobertKeel.net. I will remove this banner and bring back my friend David. How you doing, David?
I'm still good.
You said something about the slide guitar on that tune.
Oh no, I was talking about
Traveling.
2 tunes back.
Oh.
Main Street.
Oh, Main Street.
And
Main Street.
that version, just him on the keyboard, I actually like more than the real thing, because that slide solo on that song always something about it always bugged me.
This is a really cool thing that the last song, "Beautiful Loser," that I found out this week as well, was that Bob was a big fan of Leonard Cohen, and that's where he got "Beautiful Losers" from one of Leonard Cohen's poems. And I thought that was kind of crazy. And you know, the same guy whose favorite artist and favorite album is James Brown and Live at the Apollo. You know what I mean? And you get that sort of and where do you know? And then the center, the heart of that is Detroit, and it's like this crazy, you know. I love how that works.
It all makes sense. That actually, "Beautiful Loser" is a perfect example of, like we were talking about with Muscle Shoals, because I'm pretty sure that was cut there. And that the piano in "Beautiful Loser," like if you listen to the studio version, that piano part just makes it. It's so gorgeous. Just this like church piano in the middle of that song.
Got to find out who's doing that exactly. Now I'm gonna go to this. Look it up.
I will check the credits. Hold on.
There you go. While David does that, I want to speak of a band from Toronto called Forever Seger, and I found these beautiful people, these beautiful losers online, and I just wanted to play you this video and an interview that I did with them. This video in particular because, you know, I came across a gazillion covers, of course, of Bob Seger, people doing Bob Seger covers. And, you know, you hear the typical songs and whatever. They're all great, you know, Main Street and Night Moves and all this stuff. But no one ever does. I couldn't find any covers of Shakedown. You know, and it's like
I love that you looked.
Shakedown is just like it's such a funny song because, you know, it's an 80s kind of song. It's got that 80s production. He wasn't even supposed to sing that song. It was written for Glenn Frey, and Glenn Frey had laryngitis when they were supposed to record it. So Glenn called Bob to record it. Bob heard it and said, "All right, but I'm changing the verses." And he sang it. And, you know, of course, it was like, I think it was his like 80s #1, you know, a big hit in the 80s. But these guys from Toronto, Forever Seger, covered it. And check this out.
know you won't get me. It's a given and let law. Someone's fast on the draw. No matter where you hide, I'm coming after you. Hey! No matter how the race is won, it always ends the same. Another room without a view, waste downtown. You can shake me for a while, live it up in style. No matter what you do, I'm gonna take you down. Shake down, break down, take down. Everybody wants you to the crowded line. Break down, take down, you're busted. Let down, you're gone. On it, just another time and think it's alright. Break down, take down, you're busted. Oh, oh. Oh, yeah. This is a town where everyone is reaching for the top. This is a place we said the best will never do. It's okay to wanna shine, but once you step across that line, no matter where you hide, I'm calling after you. Shake down, break down, take down. Everybody wants to take a crowd line. Break down, take down, get busted. Shake down, break down, only just a matter of time and nigga, it's alright. Break down, take down, you're busted. Oh, busted. Oh, oh. Shake down, break down, take down. Everybody wants into the crowded line. Break down, take down, you're busted. Shake down, break down, take down. Just without the time and thinking it's alright. Break down, take down, you're busted. Shake down, break down, take down. Everybody wants into the crowded line. Break down, take down, you're busted. Let down, you're gone. Only just another time to think it's alright. Break down, take down, oh, you're busted. Shake down, break down, take down. Everybody wants to be crowded line. Break down, take down, you're busted. Let down, you're gone. Only just another time to think it's alright. Break down, take down, you're busted.
That was the amazing 10-piece band Forever Seger with their version of Shakedown. And I have two of the members here tonight, John Jameson and Kevin Reed.
That's me.
Kevin Reed.
What's up, buddy?
North.
Greetings
Direct
from the Great White.
The Great White North, yes. Thank you guys for being here, man. Seriously, that was an amazing version of Shakedown. I know that when I contacted you guys about the song, that I had seen a lot of bands that pay tribute to Bob Seger, and I've never seen anyone that's done that particular song. People kind of tend to shy away from that, or it's never an easy song to do, and you guys kind of killed it.
Yeah.
it's for me, it's doing these tribute nights that I do on Truck Stop Mixtape, I go back and dive into the music and even try to learn some of the songs myself. And it's amazing how much emotion Bob Seger milks out of 3 or 4 chords. like Ramblin, Gamblin Man or Hollywood Nights. You know what I mean? It's like that's all heart.
Oh, yeah.
It's just 3 chords. You know what I mean? But then you got
for sure.
How did you guys get together, man?
Johnny?
Oh yeah, there was another incarnation of the band in the very beginning, and I was brought on board as the musical director. And I think the biggest thing for us was to let everybody shine on the way that they play their instruments, the way they interpret their songs. It was never meant to be note for note necessarily, but to honor the inspiration that Seger's music has brought to all of us. So we all have our parts and put them together. And we just kind of started to build it from there. I mean, I think once we got Kevin on board, it really was the icing on the cake, and it legitimized everything.
How about you, Kevin? How did you? Where did you come from, and how did you join these guys?
Well, me and Johnny had met for a couple years previously at a show, and then we actually started a band together, doing our own thing, a band called the Deadbeats. And John had been doing that show, and I knew of it, and we'd spoken about it. And I think one day I got a phone call from Johnny, asked if I could come in and do a rehearsal with them because their singer couldn't make it, from what I remember. And they were rehearsing about 10 minutes down the road from where I lived. And so I just, they sent me a song list of the stuff. And of course I learned the wrong list. It was the wrong one. So I showed up not knowing really any of the tunes. Like, I mean, I'd heard Seger before, obviously. Like, we all have heard the music, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
radio staples.
Right, the standards, you know, your Turn the Pages and Night Moves and obviously old time rock and rolls and stuff. But I showed up, and then we just said, let's do it. Let's play the song. And I just kind of grabbed my phone and we had a blast. We had a lot of fun. The band was really good, and the music is fantastic songs. And the more they started playing the songs, I was like, oh, I remember this song. Yeah.
I have to interject and say that the wrong list going to Kevin was a part of the audition. I don't think I ever told you that.
Right. It was just like, oh, that's not the set.
It was a test of your character, Kevin.
That's right.
So if he complained, if it was just like, man, I don't appreciate that, we'll call the next guy.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, you know, going back to what you were saying before about Seger singing, you know, like, I tell you, man, like, I learned more about being a vocalist singing these songs than anything, just about kind of the emotion and just how the way Seger kind of emotes and just, you know, the feeling behind the music and his lyrics, just his storytelling and everything, you know, like, you really, really got to give her. You really got to immerse yourself in these songs, and you know, there's some high notes. You know, you can go in the song, even a song like Fire Lake. You know, you go for real, you know, soulful, and all of a sudden you're right into the stratosphere of some crazy high notes. And so it's been a lesson, man. It's been a fun lesson to really learn how to sing.
These songs are soundtracks of people's lives. And you know, even though, you know, growing up, you know, hearing Seger on the radio, I wasn't not a fan. I didn't turn them off when the radio came on. But later on down the road, when you start to learn these songs, you went, man, I remember these songs, and it became really easy to kind of memorize how to play these songs, and you know where you were when you heard certain songs. I think that's
the emotion. The emotion is the eternal stamp. It's
absolutely. That's what we're trying to give it. That's exactly coming from an honest place when we're performing.
There's a lot of like emotion in those songs. Like, they're really heavy tunes, you know. And a lot of these songs are so personal to people in the audience. You know, like, these are the songs that someone danced to at their wedding, and you know, it's I gravity of these tunes. To do them justice, you know.
Well, if you guys do any of them like Shakedown, I'm sure it sounds amazing. I'm sure it's great. Let me go to this event that you guys have coming up. I know that you have a big live stream show at the Regent Theater. Tell me more about this.
Yeah, the Regent's Theater, it's a beautiful theater in Oshawa. And I think built in the 1920s. There's just something really magical about the place. And we have that coming up on June the 19th. It's a way of us being able to finally kind of get out there, and people can chime in. I think we're 9 o'clock our time, 7 o'clock your time. I believe that, if that's right.
Yep.
And you know, as we're trying to get through all this COVID stuff, you know, we're trying to keep that part of it all alive, the music part of it all alive. We're trying to kind of continue on putting ourselves forward. And if this is what we have to do for a little bit, then this is what we have to do, because it's what we do.
So once again, it's going to be June 19th. And if you need information about tickets and or anything else, go to tickets.regenttheater.ca. That's Canada, tickets, Regent Theater, Canada. June 19th, I'm going to do it. I know I'm going to be watching that for sure. I want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for doing the Shakedown video. And I want to close this interview off by playing this I Like a Rock video that I found very touching and moving. What made you guys do this, and what was the sentiment behind it?
Started off, you know, Kevin was talking about with the COVID situation. He and I have been talking a lot about that, and especially with the Deadbeats. We did a kind of a rooftop show here that everybody got to hear, but while everybody was in seclusion. And we did it up here on the rooftop of the building that we have our studio. And it just kind of turned and said, let's do something that we can put something out there. We've got 10 people here that want to do something. And it was the whole COVID idea that there's some people out there, the frontline workers that are putting themselves on the line here. And nothing better than doing something like a Rock, and to get that across. It's kind of just how it stemmed. And interesting about that song, every single part was done on everybody's individual phone and recorded on their individual phones, and then they sent me all the footage and I just mixed it all together and put all these little video together. So it's a really cool thing to show that you can do it even while we were in isolation. We were in the heat of it.
And you guys actually have another show coming up, an actual show.
An actual show coming up in Mason City, Iowa, and that's on June the 25th. That's an arena show, and we're really super excited and stoked.
That's crazy.
I know. It's crazy. So we're really, really excited about that.
Thank you for being here, guys, and thank you for the music, man. Thank you for doing this stuff and just making people happy.
Thank you. Listen,
thanks, bro. Thanks for having us on. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for doing what you're doing. So this is fantastic.
Thanks. Here's Forever Seger, y'all, with Like a Rock. Don't forget to get that tickets. Don't tickets. Do it. All right.
Do it.
Boldly, sweating in the sun, felt like a million, felt like number one. In the height of summer, never felt that strong, like a rock. I was 18, didn't have a care, working for peanuts, not a dime to spare. I was lean and solid everywhere, like a rock. My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light. I held firmly, what I felt was right, like a rock. Like a rock. I was strong as I could be, like a rock. Nothing ever got to me. I was something to see, like a rock. And I stood real straight, how to come about the way. All these hustlers and their schemes. I stood proud, I stood tall. Still believed in my dreams. Years now, where'd they go? 20 years, I don't know. I sit and I wonder sometimes where they've gone. Sometime late at night, in the firelight, moon comes calling, ghostly white, and I'll call, I recall, like a rock. Rosie, she's looking mighty fine. Here comes out Nancy, stepping right on time. There go the street lights, bringing on the night. Here comes the man faces hidden from the lights. All through the shadow, they come and they go, with only one thing in common. They got the fire down below. Here comes the rich man in his big long limousine. Here comes the poor man who's got to have a scream. Here comes the banker and the lawyer and a cop. One thing for certain, he ain't never gonna stop. All through the midnight, they come and they go, with only one thing in common. They got the fire down below. It happens out in Vegas, happens in Moline, on the blue blood streets of Boston, up in Berkeley, out in Queens. Went on yesterday, going on tonight. Somewhere there's somebody ain't treating somebody right. Looking out for Rosie, she's looking mighty fine. She's walking the streets for Nancy, and find her in the town when the street lights flicker, bringing on the night. I've been slipping in the darkness, slipping out of sight, all through the shadow. Watch him come, watch him go, with only one thing in common. They got the fire down below. Yeah, they got one thing in common. Fire down below. Well, they got one thing in common. They got the fire down below.
French leftovers, y'all, from Paris, from Paris, France. Fire down below. Nice little mellow bluesy version of it. David is in the house, Mr. David Gorman.
Hello.
Detroit historian.
Not that old.
Detroit narrator of culture. Expat. That's up, but you can't, you can leave Detroit, but Detroit don't leave you.
That's right.
Let's go back a little bit to we were talking about Shakedown while all this stuff was playing, and Glenn Frey in particular. Somebody in the comments, where is it? Oh, Mr. Bob Johnson. Of course, he said Bob Seger and his music have been with me all my adult life. There's no better music. Yes, I love Seger, man. I love the system. I love the bullet. I love the I love all of it. But he also says the last time I saw Bob Seger, he did a tribute to Glenn Frey, his friend. It was awesome, simply awesome. This is something that I didn't really know about till this week. I mentioned the story about how Glenn Frey was supposed to sing Shakedown. Well, Bob was also lucky enough to see the last performance of the Eagles before Glenn Frey passed. See, that's, this is the thing about being able to enjoy live music, and you don't know, there's the experience that you have in the moment, enjoying the band playing and the songs and connecting to the energy of the crowd and all that. But then when you go away and you think back and you go like, oh, wait, well, this was the last time they ever did this song, or this was the last time that they played, or they never played, Cabo Hall again, or whatever, and there's just you just never know, which is why you just always have to go out and support live music. Go see live music. Let live music feed your soul. But we were talking about Glenn Frey's weird connection to Bob Seger. Tell me a little bit about this, man, because I just know that Frey was on Ramblin, Gamblin, man, right?
As far as I know, the first ever recording session he was on.
So he's just fresh off the
Bob.
block.
Bob was like, come on, sing backup. And apparently that was ground zero for Glenn Frey's career. It was like he's singing backup on Ramblin, Gamblin, Man. And you and I were joking in the chat because like when you were telling that story about Shakedown, that it was supposed to be Glenn Frey singing it and Glenn couldn't do it. So at the last minute, Seger stepped in. And I hadn't heard that story before, but it just sounded so strange to me because it's for Beverly Hills Cop 2 about a Detroit cop. And it just seems weird that like they didn't start with Seger as the guy.
They had to work their way back. So
yeah, exactly.
Like, they had to drive back to Detroit and then they found him.
Yeah. But yeah, they kind of stayed intertwined in their careers. And actually, Glenn Frey and actually a couple of like Felder, a couple of those guys played on Seger's records later on. Like they would come and guest. And Till It Shines, the guitar solos on Till It Shines are Glenn Frey.
Wow.
And they were apparently very tight. And then there was also this like I've never heard this story substantiated, and I want to believe it's true, but I don't think it's true because they were, Bob was tight with the Eagles. But on the 9 Tonight album, the second live album, they cover Trying to Live My Life Without You, the Otis Clay tune.
Yeah.
Right.
Great.
And the Eagles ripped off that song for The Long Run.
Yeah.
The Long Run is basically just a rewrite of Trying to Live My Life Without You. And Seger covers it. And when he starts the cover and, the horn section kicks in and it sounds like it's The Long Run. And Seger says, this is an old Memphis tune. And there was like a rumor that he played that song as kind of like a slight middle finger to the Eagles for ripping off Otis Clay because Seger's a huge Southern Soul fan.
Yes, he is.
But I don't know if like it was like a big sort of thing, but I don't know if it's actually true or not because again, they were all friends. So I can't imagine he would do something that was like a hardcore jab. So maybe it was like a lighthearted poke or something. But that was one of the songs like again, like growing up as a kid in Detroit, like that was a Bob Seger tune until I started collecting soul records and was like, oh man, okay. Because that was played constantly on the radio.
It was a big hit. It was a big hit. Definitely.
Yeah.
I want to talk about other things after this next video, in particular, Make Music Topanga, because I have you here on board and we should mention it. But right now I want to play this great version of You'll Accompany Me by a band called Laney Lou and the Bird Dogs. Here's Laney Lou and the Bird Dogs with their version of You'll Accompany Me. Enjoy.
Gypsy wind is blowing warm tonight. The sky is starlit and the time is right. Still you're telling me you have to go. Before you leave, there's something you should know. Yeah, there's something you should know. I've seen you smiling in the summer sun. I've seen your long hair flying when you run. I've made my mind up that it's meant to be. Someday, baby, you'll accompany me. Someday, baby, you'll accompany me. Where the rivers meet the sound and sea. High above me now, you're wild and free. Oh, someday, baby, you'll accompany me. Someday, baby, you'll accompany me.
only me.
And I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. We'll be safe, y'all. We'll be keeping our distance. Again, it's just two of us, you know, not a whole entire band. Their tables separated, and there's only a certain amount that can be allowed for this kind of event. It's outdoors. But you know, it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. And here with my brother David, there's another thing that I want to mention called Make Music Topanga. That's happening June 21st.
Yes.
And, this is a crazy thing because it's been happening around the world. It's been happening in France for over 30 years. And over the years, it's been catching on all over the place. And it's about time that Topanga gets it. And we're
got
involved.
enough musicians living here.
We've got enough history in Topanga. And I think that would be a cool thing to also kind of just to get some happy, man. Just play some music and be outside, and yeah, not just wear it, but do it,
Be it,
yeah,
live it.
Tell me more about what we're doing with the Topanga edition, brother.
All right, so like you said, happens all over the world, same day, June 21st. I think it's 1,000 cities now. It's up to. And it is the most low-key DIY, you know, BYOG thing. So and this is the same in every city it happens in, right? They set up like a small handful of venues, and by venues I mean it could be a restaurant, it could be a coffee shop, it could just be an outdoor space, and there's a stool and maybe an amplifier, guitar, keyboard setup, something like that. And you just show up and play. And it doesn't matter if you're, professional musician or just someone who likes to bang out songs as a hobby. People wander in and out. You just walk past it, you see music, you stop and listen. It's not a festival in the sense that you're buying tickets and you're committing to all day. Show up, watch for 10 minutes, pick up a guitar and sit down and play for 10 minutes. We're doing it in Topanga, but anyone who's watching this, there's probably a city near you that's doing it too. You should participate or show up. But if you want to perform, what's that?
And we'll be doing something here with Truck Stop Mixtape. We'll be going live that day and showing clips and stuff like that. And
yeah, man. And if folks in Topanga are watching this and they want to sign up to play or sign up to host performances, let's go to makemusic.org/Topanga. And there it is on the thing. You're a step ahead of me. And sign up to play. We've got a cool handful of artists that have already registered. And it would be stupid not to do it here. That's, I think, why we're doing it. It just Topanga exists for this kind of thing.
Just start another tradition for Topanga's cultural history.
Yeah, man, we've been doing on the Instagram feed, like every few days, spotlighting a different artist, who lived in Topanga, made music in Topanga, and it's a pretty deep history, right? I mean, people think of Neil Young recording here, or like Eagles or Doors, playing at the Corral or whatever.
Yeah,
but
recording.
Taj Mahal, Marvin Gaye, Devendra Banhart, Colin Hay, Larry Dunn from Earth, Wind and Fire. It's amazing, like the community that's settled here, over the years. Billy Preston, like, the deeper you dig, people gravitate here. So, this is our chance to kind of.
The reason I came here, man.
Yeah,
nice and woodsy and musical and amazing people. But June 21st, this is where it's happening. Make Music Topanga, at Make Music Topanga on Instagram and Facebook. But if you go to the website, it's going to be makemusicday.org/Topanga. Participate, y'all, and find out what's happening near you, wherever you're watching. Let's continue with the music. And this is my dirty lowdown brother, Jeremy Fleener, and I, in a band that we played in many, many years ago, at some random bar somewhere. We were playing some show, and this is our take. This might have been my first show with these guys, and I was having a blast. I didn't care. This is Her Strut, Bob Seger's classic.
Hey, hi there, YouTube world. This is a song called Shame on the Moon by Bob Seger. Hope you like. Until you've been beside a man, you don't know what he wants. You don't know if he cries at night. You don't know if you don't. When nothing comes easy, oh, nightmares are real. Until you've been beside a man, you don't know how it feels. Once inside a woman's heart, a man must keep his head. And heaven opens up the door, where angels fear the tread. Yeah, some men go crazy, and some men go slow. Until you've been beside a man, and some men never go. Everywhere it's all around, comfort in a crowd, and strangers' faces all around, left right out loud. Hey, watch where you're going, step light on old toes, 'cause until you've been beside a man, you don't know who knows. Blame it on midnight. Ooh, shame on the moon. Oh, blame it on midnight. Ooh, shame on the moon. Blame it on midnight. Shame on the moon. Blame it on midnight. Shame on the moon.
Tammy Dutcher, y'all. Check her out online. YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, please just click on the link. I slapped it on the comment section. Check her out. She does amazing covers and a bunch of cool originals. I love it. I love it. People singing Bob Seger tunes. Mr. David, isn't it
Hello
crazy?
again.
Isn't it crazy? The sort of the variety of people, when any particular artist, how people kind of the different colors, shades, and temperatures, and I don't know, grooves, vibes that people bring to songs, and I love it. I love it because as a singer, for me, and you as well as a singer performer, it's, you can only do you, right? You can only kind of bring yourself to the material, and there's imitation, but then there's like your sort of your experience with the music, what you do, your talent, and what you bring to it, and somewhere in between there's like a little magic, right? This is like something that happens I don't know, and usually it's like sometimes people just do covers and just do them, and some they kind of blow them off, and even then it might be still kind of some sort of spark there, but sometimes people just are bringing so much personal crap into the into this like it's much to me, and it's like and you can feel it, and you can and then it's like a whole nother thing. And sorry, I'm round up. I'm all Bob Segered up. I've got
no man.
I've got the silver bullet in me.
It's amazing because like it's the songs that people choose, right? Because that says something. Because like you said at the beginning of this whole thing, right? He's covered so much ground. Yeah. So like you had a couple, actually like 3 or 4 people now that are just like full on country, right? Like they see that side of him that like you strip down the production, he's a country singer. And then, there's like we were talking about like Bob Seger's System, Lucifer and Ramblin, Gamblin, man. And these like, just insane garage punk records. And, so you get like Jack White, pulling from that.
Yeah.
Right.
Directly.
And like, yeah, to the point that I was joking with a friend of mine the other day, like Jack White owes Bob Seger like $1 million royalty check. Like you listen to 2+2 and then you listen to Seven Nation Army.
Yeah.
And like Seven Nation Army's become one of those songs, like, you can't go to a sports event without it getting played, right? And then, like there's football clubs in the UK and hockey teams and basketball teams and baseball teams, like everyone does that song. And then you listen to, Seger System do 2+2. It's like, oh man, like, I mean, Bob's doing quite well. He doesn't need the check. It's not, it's not like, not like someone ripping off Dyke and the Blazers and like,
the royalties are coming in. I mean, it's funny because I think of Bob Seger was one of the few artists that held out, in the digital craze when people were like the stream things were happening at first. It was just like, you can't find, it's like the Beatles. You can't find Bob Seger. It's like, why are all these? I think Zeppelin was also one of them that kind of held off for a little bit. And, all the while, of course, his greatest hits collection, just selling and selling and selling.
Yeah, man, he didn't need the streaming revenue. And the thing with that catalog too is like he's still holding out quite a bit, because even though like you can go on Apple Music and Spotify and they've got Seger stuff up there, but you're not finding the Mongrel album. He hasn't put that up digitally.
Wait, hold on. Show that up again. Let me see that. Okay, so what is that exactly? That's the System. Was that his second album?
Yeah, and this was the one that had Lucifer on it.
Yeah, you can't find that anywhere. You can't.
Yeah,
find
and he will not reissue it. It's not up digitally. They just did the Ramblin' Gamblin' Man album digitally like a year ago. There's 2 folk albums.
Hold on, I need to call some people real quick. Yeah, let me give you the address. He's not looking at the door, so just barge right in and just knock him out and grab that record he's talking about. Bring it back to me.
No, one of his.
Oh, come on, man! Come
Brand
on.
New Morning. Smoking OPs.
Yes, I have that one.
7.
Got that one too. Yeah.
And then this is the one.
Those first 2 that you played that showed up was just like I've never even seen the cover of that first one.
Yeah, there's a record called Noah that's like a total folky, weird. He only wrote half of it. It's like, so it's a weird record, not in print, but probably doesn't need to be. But this is the one that is the most shocking.
That cover. That's like such a cool.
So this is the album that had the original version of Turn the Page, and it's still out of print. So there is no way for you to legally listen to Turn the Page except for the live version.
Live version, yeah.
But this album, which J.J. Cale plays on. Jack Ashford, who was the percussionist at the Motown Funk Brothers. Sherry Payne, singer. And it's another Muscle Shoals record. Another one he cut at Muscle Shoals. And
yeah, okay. So that one I need to listen to, and with proper tools.
You and I need another Friday night listening party. I think. But yeah, I mean, there's like this whole, like, he is very specifically kept a big part of his catalog out of print, and then there's the other stuff which just got like a Record Store Day reissue because he doesn't. It's the one piece of his catalog he doesn't own outright, which is the stuff that came out on Cameo Parkway. So East Side Story and, you know, some like, or again, like his first kind of garage stuff. So there's still work to be done. There's still like a lot of stuff. And it's a strange thing because I totally understand and respect, on the one hand, he's the artist, right? It's his music, and he has every right to take control of it and decide, you know, how to frame his legacy up. And, you know, you can't argue with when it's the artist doing it. It's hard to argue with the artist.
It's his thing, yeah.
Yeah, but there's also this thing that, like, as a fan, you know, you want it. And I think in terms of perception, like how people perceive him as an artist, there's this part of him, this like garage rock sort of folky part of him too, that I think an entire different generation would connect with. Like people that only think of him for those sort of big
the
ballads and
FM
stuff.
radio standards and stuff.
Yeah, and then like you could play a track like Lucifer or Ramblin' Gamblin' Man or 2+2, you know, for someone who came up on like hard indie rock, and they would dig it. They, you know, like they would connect with him, and that would be an entry point. And you know, so there's the sort of, you're the artist, you can call the shots, it's your catalog. He was smart enough to own it, you know, very early on. But then, you know, I also was watching an interview with Noel Gallagher, and, you know, he kind of made a remark about how, like, once you release a song, it doesn't belong to you anymore.
Yeah.
And I also agree with that point of view, that it's like, okay, as the artist, like, you can keep it, you can, you know, try to hide it, whatever, but you put it out there, like, it belongs to us now. Like, we want to hear it. We want to have an experience with it. And if we don't like it, great. We'll go to the records years that we do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's always kind of fascinated me that I can't think of another artist, certainly one at his level, who has like intentionally taken material that was publicly released on a major label and said, no, I don't want people to hear this anymore. Like not even Prince went down that road. No. And you know, Prince would go down that road.
I want to play some music right now. There's this cat out in Sweden by the name of I almost said Christopher Tracy, and I can't remember his name now. Wait a minute, he's right here. Christopher Fonda, who does these videos, and he's like a old school musician, punk guy. But he does these cool little ukulele covers, but he does this version of old time rock and roll. I just had to play it because it's such a song that's so played out, and so, you know, we've seen it in so many whatever commercials and film situations, and it's the song that people who don't know Bob Seger know this song, right?
Which he didn't, and one he had nothing to do with writing.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird, but I love this version of it. This is Christopher Fonda, Old Time Rock and Roll.
Just take those old records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old kind of rock and roll. Don't try to take me to a disco. You wouldn't even get me out on the floor.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Christopher Fonda, y'all. I put the link in the comments. Please click on it. Subscribe to his YouTube. And while you're at it, come to Truck Stop Mixtape, youtube.com/Truck Stop Mixtape and subscribe if you're there. Do it. Come on. We need the love. We need the love. Bob Seger night. I think it's time that we do some personal, we let our own hearts pour out for Bob Seger. Are you ready for me to play this?
I guess so. Wait.
You guess so? This is a song that's, again, cheers everyone. Cheers everyone watching. Not necessarily one of the top 10 of his sort of like chart topping hits, but one that got some play on the radio. And I can't remember, was it Stranger in Town? That
it was. Okay. And I would say Stranger in Town, except for the song that we just heard.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a fan of, but is a perfect record.
It is.
Just like beginning, like that is the one album.
I think he had that run. He had the Stevie Wonder run, which is like the sort of the 3 or 4 albums that were just really solid. Good representation of the best of, or the sort of the popular Seger. And you do a version of Till It Shines from the famous studio in Topanga.
1021 Studios.
1021 Studios.
Yeah, no, it's funny, like when you were posting about Truck Stop Mixtape and one of your buddies posted a video of Thin Lizzy covering a Seger tune.
Rosalie.
Yeah, and the first thing that popped into my mind was how much Till It Shines sounds like a Thin Lizzy record.
Yeah,
like it's not a cover because Bob wrote it, but everything about it, even like the lyrics and kind of the story it's telling, like it just like there's
sort of like the groovy Thin Lizzy, the sort of like let's not rock for a minute, let's just dance for this one, and it's just like
yeah, exactly, like Dancing in the Moonlight, or that like side of them that wasn't the hard rock band, that was more like the Phil Lynott kind of ballady side. And man, the lyrics to this song, just I think it to me it's like Seger's heaviest lyric, because it's kind of dark, and I kept going to it, just I think just what I'm going through in my own life right now.
Yeah,
just that, like, you go through that big sort of change, like you're trying to figure out like how to fill that hole, like how to get your shit right, where like you feel good again, like stuff starts shining, and like all the things that you're trying to do, and like the whole thing about like keep the inmates, free the guards, like just that whole idea of like just letting it out and stop holding yourself back. And it just like this took me forever to do, because I kept messing it up, because I couldn't not think about the song and everything, and but at a certain point you just got to hit send, right?
You got to hit send, and you got to hit stop on the record and just say that there it is. You got to do the Noel Gallagher, let me let this baby out into the world and say goodbye, and just say, this one don't connect, the next one will. This is David Gorman with Till It Shines, everybody. Truck Stop Mixtape.
Take away my inhibition. Take away my solitude. Find me up with your resistance. Put me in the mood. Just on the walls around this prison. Leave the inmates, free the guards. Give me up another future from echo through the canyon. Never coming quite as clear. Lately I just judge the distance, not the words I hear. I've been too long on this island. I've been too long alone. I've been too long without summer in this winter home. Still, if we could make the effort, if we took the time, surely we could leave this much behind. Till it shines, till it shines. Till it shines. See the rich man lost and lonely, watch him as he dies. Just sitting there testing all the wine. Till it shines. Till it shines. Till it shines. Till it shines. I think that's a sign.
It's perfect. Bob's like, this is where we end. This is where we end, David. Right here, right here.
Yeah, press send.
That was great, man. That was great. That was great. That's your best performance so far. I feel like that's actually I think you found your like the sweet spot, like vocally. I think you found like exactly where you need to be as far as where you need to keep hitting at.
It's
Not necessarily
weird.
range wise, but like tone wise, vocally.
It's weird because it took me a really long time to do that because I couldn't get the notes because like the song's here and then like halfway through the chorus it goes up. And it's like yeah. And I just couldn't do it. And I tried it this morning and then I went to meet a friend for lunch.
See you, Elias.
Bye.
And then
Nasty mosquito wasp.
good luck. And I took another whack at it this afternoon, like over and over and over again. And I could never, like, if you watch the video, there's actually like I ended up cutting two halves together because I kept blowing the end of it. So, yeah, man, like I did not realize how good a singer he was, you know, until like I was attempting to sing it. And then I was like, oh my God, like that takes you gotta push. You gotta really push that out. So
it's crazy though. You did it, man. You did it. And I feel like it's not only did you do it, more importantly, you got to a place where your voice is set. Like it's just like it doesn't sound like you're reaching for anything. It sounds like you're home. You know what I mean? Like
thank you for saying that.
No, it was really cool to see.
I did not feel that myself, but thank you. Like I'm still trying to figure all this mess out. So
Christopher Fonda checking in saying, hey, it was a sign. I just want to say, Christopher Fonda, thank you, brother. I don't know what the time is over there. You're probably waking up. And we're going to share with your coffee or tea, whatever you drink in the morning. I don't know. But thank you for that amazing version of Old Time Rock and Roll from the same album, Stranger in Town.
Yeah, man. And but by the way, just speaking old time rock and roll, I gotta sort of give a shout out or encourage anyone who's watching this. The guy who did write that song, George Jackson. This is the thing I love about the fact, because I don't like the song, because it is a little, I think Fonda nailed it. It is a little like Get Off My Lawn. And I'm not really a fan of like rock songs about rock and roll are always terrible and all that. But Seger covering that song, like George Jackson wrote a lot of like sort of mid-level R&B hits, right? A bunch of Clarence Carter songs, a bunch of like Candy Staten records, and all that kind of thing. So like this was a big paycheck for him, like Seger covering the song.
It remains to be.
And remains. Yeah, George passed just a couple of years ago, but he wrote, aside from the stuff we're talking about, like Clarence Carter records and things like that, he had like a couple of big hits with the Osmonds, of all people. But he wrote the song, his main, like through the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, he was the house writer for Malaco Records. So he wrote a bunch of stuff for Bobby Bland and Johnny Taylor and all those. Like he wrote the song Down Home Blues for ZZ Hill and all that. And he wrote the song that was the first dance between my wife and I at our wedding, Last $2 by Johnny Taylor. So, George Jackson. And you can actually buy, they released all of his demos. They put out albums of all of his demos. So like go and listen to those. They're great.
So George Jackson. I was just gonna say, I heard too that he actually, Bob Seger actually rewrote some of the lyrics for his version.
I don't know that. It might be,
because what I heard was that he changed a verse. He didn't like a verse. He changed an entire verse and changed a couple of lines in the other verses. Sounds like a theme with Bob. It's like it's gotta be me if I'm gonna sing it. And apparently, while it was happening, people were just like, I don't know if George was there or what the situation was. They're like, you should get your name on this. And he's like, no. I'm okay just singing it. And it's like,
so it's the other thing to
royalties on that.
Yeah, man. But again, he's doing fine. Bob's doing fine.
He's doing fine. He's rock.
The other thing kind of to mention with Bob, was talking about old time rock and roll, is like he did some amazing covers, right? Like Ike and Tina, Otis Clay, and Chuck Berry, and a guy I know I was trying to turn you on to a bit ago, like Frankie Miller. Same album, Stranger in Town, the song Ain't Got No Money, which is in the running for best song on that album, is an old Frankie Miller tune. So good. And like the fact that like Seger would cover all like pretty interesting stuff across across the board. Like he wasn't covering like big hit songs to sort of cash in. Like you got the sense he was trying to turn you on to the stuff that he loved.
No, it's it's funny because I feel like another thing that I heard about Bob Seger, that his father abandoned the family when he was like 10 or 9.
Yeah, his life is the one that Springsteen keeps writing about, I think.
and then I think his older brother had to go to work at a young age, and he was just like sort of left at home feeling all this craziness, and all he had was his transistor radio. So he was obsessed with that particular time, Otis Redding, just soul music of that, James Brown. And he, it's so obvious in what he does. It's like, you grow out of your upbringing. He brings all that sort of suffering with him in his emotional singing. I mean, just everything that he does. I wanted to play something real quick off the same album. Just not to go back to Canada, but there's this artist named Pastel who did a version of We Got Tonight. And since I feel like we're on this record, here she is Again, another Canadian artist. Yes, Stranger in Town. It's funny because we've talked about the Bruce Springsteen covers, right? And then there's like a certain sort of continuous theme with the Bob Seger covers of that era. It's like the same cover, different like angle, different lighting for all the albums. Which it's like I'm so sad because I love that the 72 album with that font. It's like so bold. And then it's like after that, it's all like, it's just, let's sell Bob Seger on the cover.
Well, this is great. This is like this cover worked real well, so let's just do the same cover again. It's like
and again and again.
Yeah, just Bob with the flowing locks. So good.
All right, here's Pastel. We've got Tonight, and then when we come back around, I'm gonna attempt to sing a song. A classic, but just I'll talk about it later. Here we go. Truck Stop Mixtape.
I know it's late. I know you're weary. And I know your plans don't include me. Still here we are, both of us lonely, longing for shelter from all that we see. Why should we worry? No one will care, boy. Look at the stars, so far away. We've got tonight. Who needs tomorrow? We've got tonight, babe. Why don't you stay? Deep in my soul, I've been so lonely. All of my hopes fading away. I've longed for love like everyone else does. I know I'll keep searching even after today. So there it is, boy. I've said it all now. And here we are, baby. What do you say? We've got tonight. Who needs tomorrow? We've got tonight, baby. Why don't you stay? I know it's late, I know you're weary. I know your plans don't include me. Still, here we are, both of us lonely, both of us lonely. Ooh. We've got tonight. Who needs tomorrow? Let's make it last. Let's find a way. Turn out the light. Come take my hand now. We've got tonight, babe. Why don't you stay? Why don't we stay?
That was
Pastel
so
there.
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. No, it's fun. It's fun to do the dive and find these songs and find people and get people to kind of send things as well. Just, you know, it's always a treat, man. It's always a treat to, this is I loved it. I loved it. So, I mean, I loved everyone tonight so far. I just, until now, till I start singing. I'm kidding. So I wanted to.
What are you singing? That's what I want to know. I want to know what you ended up choosing.
Here's the thing. I want to do several songs. To be honest, I really want to do several songs, but the prep and the work for the show kind of caught up with me, and then I had technical difficulties kind of fighting against me to get certain things done today, and to the point where the guys from the Holy Broken, Scott in particular, we said, hey, let's do a song. And Scott said, I want to do Night Moves. No one complained. I'm like, let's do Night Moves, sure. And then in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'll do Night Moves, and then I'll work on some other stuff and whatever. And all my equipment was just like, you're not recording this today. You're not recording this today. This is not going to work. So at the last minute, what I ended up doing was getting their parts together, and I'm going to try to sing live now along with their recording of it.
Dude, it's karaoke with your own band.
Is it too meta? Is it too meta?
It is. It's heavy. This is gonna send me into a spiral from which I shan't recover.
There's a glitch in the matrix, but so let me try this. Hey, this, I love this song. I love this song, by the way, but it's not necessarily the first song that I would want to sing because I just wanted to. There are other songs for me, but this was the one that Scott picked. So I was just like, hey, let's do it. Fine. And then I'm like freaking out as I'm trying to, whatever. And I'm just like, you know what? F it, just do it. Who cares?
But I gotta ask, like, what would your first choice be?
Ramblin' Gamblin' Man. Just right off the bat, just Ramblin' Gamblin' Man. Just because I love, again, I just love that it's the same groove.
It might just, it's just one chord, right? Is there even a second chord?
Three chords just going back and forth. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's just like the sort of the boom,
and the organ, the organ in that song. Oh my god!
Yeah, that organ is so specifically 1967 or 68, whenever he recorded it. It's like it's such a, you
just need go-go boots on when you hear that.
It's a song that's in my brain as far as like being a fan of his stuff and just hearing the stuff on the radio. And like I said, Mask broke the thing for me, and I just discovered him. But it wasn't, Ramblin' Gamblin' Man was one of those things that I didn't discover till like maybe 10, 15 years ago. And it was just like, I mean, I heard it, I just didn't know that it was him necessarily. And then Lucifer, just like that particular era, just like that stuff. And it's just like, okay, yeah, I see.
And I gotta say, like that is the most Detroit he ever sounded. Like that sound.
Stuff, it's just like it's just. But that particular, to me, I go to that. To me, it's like that's for me. Like not to let people in on private conversations, but you were telling me about what. Wait a minute, I won't mention names. But you were telling me about what you like, your favorite particular, the genre that just doesn't exist as a genre, which is basically like soul. That's limited,
like stripped down singer-songwriter soul music.
Yes, yeah. Just like, can we create like a soul folk genre that would be just keeping the emotion and the energy of soul, but stripping down all the sort of overproduced, the horns and all the stuff, and just kind of bringing it down. And to me, my favorite genre, my favorite thing is just sort of like this is the thing that I want to do till the day I die, which is like Jake Giles band, And I don't mean like freeze frame. I love freeze frame. Don't get me wrong. But like Jake Al's band, that sort of the early Jake Al's band. And then it's just like, I feel like the Bob Seger, the late 60s, early 70s thing where it was just like the sort of the Bob Seger review. And it's just like, here we go, everybody, Bob Seger. It was just like him bringing that sort of energy. I love that. And that's my ideal, like, you know.
No, that early Jay Giles you're talking about. Oh man, I love that stuff. That Start All Over Again, and like those like, it's like, because the same thing with Giles, like they did a lot of covers, which I was like, all right, you know, take them or leave them. You know, I got the originals, they're good. But when they like wrote their own soul records, they were good. Like really, really good.
They're just the biggest, baddest bar band ever.
Yep.
You know. But then I feel like that energy, that sort of the Ramblin, Gamblin band, the 2+2, whatever. It's like all that stuff. It's just like it's dark, and it like, you know, it's like if you were to look it straight in the eye, you would die. Kind of energy. You know, it's just but if you're in the room, you can't help but like bounce off the walls and scream, and I love that particular era.
I think you're a closet Detroiter between your love of Jay Giles, Kiss, and Seger, and soul music. There's this.
I'm due for a trip. I'm due for a trip because the thing is,
I'm going later this month. If you can take the time off of work.
Oh my God! All right, stop right there. Let me try this song because I love my brothers in the Holy Broken, and they did an amazing job, and I couldn't get my equipment to work right to get this going. Real quick, I just want to say hello to Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon, a member of Forever Seger, who was popping in the house earlier. Josh, I love your band, man. I love your band. I wish I could see you guys live. And of course, Christopher Fonda, who mentioned also, I heard that Seger sang Old Time Rock and Roll to the original demo track recording, but slowed down using a various speed to bring it up to F sharp. Yeah, it's crazy trivia, man. Crazy trivia. So let me try this, man. You're not going anywhere. I'm just gonna remove you for a second because I'm trying to experiment with this. Let's see how this works. All right, here you go. Add to this. Okay, let's try this.
I was a little too tall, could have used a few pounds. High pants points, hardly renowned. It was a black cat beauty with big dog eyes. All points in a row, sitting way up high. Way up firm and high. Out past the cornfields where the woods got heavy. Out in the backseat of the 67, working on mysteries without any clue, working on a night blue, trying to make the front page driving new, working on a night blue. In the summertime, summertime. We weren't alone, oh no, far from it. We weren't searching for some pie in the sky or something. We were just young and restless and bored, living by the storm. And we'd steal away every chance we could. To the alley, to the dusty wood. I used her, she used me, but no one cared. We cannot share. Working on the night blues, trying to lose those awkward teenage blues. Working on the night blues. Summertime.
sweet summertime, summertime. Yeah. Oh, I wonder. I felt the lightning. Yeah. And I waited on the thunder. Waited on the thunder. Woke up last night to the sound of thunder. How far off I sat and wondered. Started humming a song from 1962. Ain't it funny how the night moves when you just don't seem to have that much to lose? Strange how the night moves with autumn closing in. Night moves, night moves. Oh, night moves. Yeah, yeah. I remember. So I remember how the night moves. Funny how. Funny how you remember. I remember how the night moves. Oh yeah. We were working and praying all night moves.
Yeah. Love it.
Lord. Yeah. Well, thanks to my Holy Broken Brothers, Toby Kyle, Scott Persico, and Kevin Brown for laying down the tracks. I managed to do some backgrounds, but I couldn't. The second I started recording vocals, it was just like the lead vocals, stuff started falling apart, and I was like, man, it's like an hour away from the show. What's going on?
Sounded right over here.
Tried, man. It's funny because it's like, again, it's one of those songs that I know from listening to on the radio a gazillion times. Wahoo, Joe Garcia. Yeah. Oh, Josh saying Ramblin. Ramblin is fave song. But Mr. Fonda there, keeping it firm and high. Trying. And no, thank you, Kevin Brown. Thank you. Again, it was just one of those things that it's like, just, you know the song, and then you start, I'm looking at the lyrics, and I'm just like, I start seeing this sort of ad lib. It's so weird to read ad lib. Sort of, it's like, oh, okay, I remember. Yeah. Ooh yeah. Oh yeah. It's like it's a trip. It's a trip, and it's like, I know people. My experience. I've been in original bands, just doing original music ever since I started doing stuff. and doing covers has been a thing of I want to say the last 10 years, so I just do for fun and playing. But it's funny how people will, look at you sideways if you don't do the ad lib exactly the way that the recording is. And it's like, no, this is the part that's supposed to be like loose.
Right. I love when I buy a lot of records that are like Japanese versions, because a lot of times like records that you could never find, they reissued them in Japan or whatever. And whenever they transcribe the lyrics, they'll transcribe the ad libs verbatim. So it's like it'd be like, yeah, ooh, baby. Fantastic to write. So, by the way, according to Mr. Seger, the song he was humming from 1962, he claims is "Be My Baby."
Oh,
now you know.
Dang. Yeah, I mean, look, it's like I feel like it's a another thing that I found out too was just like the first offer that he got, record contract offer, was actually from Motown.
That would have been interesting.
So I wonder what happened there. I wonder.
That was also Neil Young's first record deal.
Well, yeah, with Rick James, right? With his,
Minor Birds, yeah. Motown was signing some weird stuff.
That's another weird thing to talk about. Rick James and Neil Young together. Yes, many needles and damage is done.
The pipe and the damage done.
But this is Truck Stop Mixtape. I want to say thank you for hanging out, man. This has been really fun. We still got a few more songs to play, but I just want to mention again, next week it's Holy Broken Night with Mr. Scott Persico. He's got a new album. It's called What I Could Have Said. You heard him in the last song. I love this dude. He's an amazing soul and an amazing guitarist. Got such a cool tone, and we've written tons of songs together with the Holy Broken, and we are family. And I'm so excited about his new record, his debut record, What I Could Have Said, because it's just got a cool vibe. But next week we'll be talking some more and talking about influences and talking about other people, collaborations and stuff. And I can't not mention this again, but May 23rd, Sunday, May 23rd, the Dirty Lowdown. It's just going to be Giovanni, myself, and Mr. Jeremy Fleener playing. This is going to be our first live show in over a year, which is kind of crazy. So we got some major cobwebs to knock off, but it's going to be a blast. I know it's going to be a blast. 2 shows Sunday afternoon, and go to nabuwines.com. It's right here at the bottom to the right. And make a reservation, because it's you got to get seating and all this stuff, because it's not a free for all. We're being safe, y'all. We're outdoors. People are spaced apart, and there are just only 20 tables. So it's going to be intimate and fun.
Elias approves.
Yes.
Elias approves. Yes. Because the thing is, we have to ease back into this. We can't go crazy. We can't go full hog on this one. We have to kind of
half hog.
No, not. I say full hog.
1/4 hog. Elias votes for a quarter
or hog. But we have to be safe. But what we can't do is also let our fears control us. We have to kind of figure out a way out of this, and I think that safely and carefully is the way. It can be done. And of course, Make Music Topanga, June 21st, Monday, June 21st, at Make Music Topanga on Facebook and Instagram. And if you're still doing the interwebs, you can go to where is that? Here it is. Make Music Topanga Day. .org. I mean, makemusicday.org/Topanga, or facebook.com, Make Music Topanga. For more information, if you're an artist who wants to be involved, Topanga native, Topanga centric, or Topanga adjacent, please check out the website and participate. And if you're a venue, if you're a business owner, or if you're just a landowner of any kind and would like some music in front of your place, let us know. Just go to the website. We would love to have all this sort of connection happen, because we want to celebrate music on June 21st. It's gonna be awesome.
Yes.
But what other crazy trivia can you tell me, man, about Bob Seger? Like, look, I'm gonna look up some things while you tell me something crazy about him.
Oh man, crazy trivia.
Like, so here's some weird stuff. Kathmandu, which is the song, the first song that I knew that I loved Bob Seger was Kathmandu, and I told you.
Oh wow!
And you were surprised. You were like, really, Kathmandu?
Yeah.
Because it was featured prominently in the Mask movie. And another crazy thing that about that movie Mask, because trivia is fun. But Peter Bogdanovich actually placed Bruce Springsteen songs in the soundtrack and in the movie when he was editing, and the producers were like, nope, we can't afford this, we're not going to do Bruce Springsteen, find something else. And somehow
we will give you Detroit's Bruce Springsteen.
So somehow that was the compromise. But it kind of makes you think, like, how much less was it that they couldn't make that weird deal?
I think if they tried doing it now, it would be the opposite.
Right. It's just,
I tried making this movie now, Seger and his manager would be like, no. And Springsteen people would be like, yeah, let's do it.
Late 80s, Springsteen was at his peak as far as popularity. Like, he just could not go any higher, right? So, but damn, man, that's kind of crazy. What else? Hollywood Nights, the song Hollywood Nights, there are two sets of drums. The drummer David Teagarden laid down drum tracks, then recorded an entirely different pattern, and both are on the song.
That makes, I didn't know that, but when you listen to the song, that makes total sense, because there's just like that goes through it, and then just the regular drums. Like, I always thought that was insane drumming, so it actually makes sense that it's two tracks. That explains how that is possible. I will tell you, it's not really Bob Seger trivia, but it's good to know about Bob. Is that my best friend from Michigan, who was my first boss in the record business, and he and I have remained very, very close ever since. And his partner has worked for Seger for decades. And without like getting into like specific feel-good stories, I can just tell you that there is not a just nicer human being in the record business. Every story I've heard from him directly of working for Bob, generosity Bob has shown them, generosity when they were going through hard times, and like not just generosity like, oh, he's a nice guy, he treated them well, but like just legendary gestures.
Yeah.
And like the kind of stuff where you're like, oh my God, like, like there should be press releases about this and him talking to Oprah about what a great guy he is, kind of stuff. And I'm not, I don't mean to be so sort of obtuse and cagey, but like, these are like very personal stories for them. So I don't want to like sort of talk out of turn about it, but it's the kind of thing where it's like, every time I hear these stories from them, it's just like, oh man, like that someone could be at Seger's level in the music industry and apparently have lost none of his humanity and none of his sort of connection to what matters. And I think just the fact that he never left Detroit, like he still lives in Michigan, like he never had his thing where
I also love the fact that you know, it's crazy how he gets thrown into this sort of category of like, you know, American rock and kind of stuff. But he's so like truly American in the spirit of, you know, all inclusive, everyone kind of thing, you know, like
Yeah.
he's very much involved in many different organizations, and he's always been very, you know, many charities and in his own lyrics, actually, in his songs, you know, think of like Miami, you know, that song, this talks about like Cuban immigrants in a positive light, you know, in a crazy, it's just,
And it's the kind of thing where, yeah, it's like there's sort of this like rah-rah version of America, you know, that he's associated with. But yeah, like when you dig deep, you know, he is a guy who has kind of always done the right thing. And even, you know, like it's a guy that kind of at a career peak, retired for a decade to raise his kids.
yeah,
He wanted to be the dad at soccer practice. And he did it, you know, and it wasn't like a, you know, it wasn't a fake thing. It wasn't a PR thing. It was just, this was a guy who, you know, wanted to be a father, wanted to be the dad that he didn't have to his own kids. So he's like, no, you know what? I'm not touring. I'm not making a record. I'm going to coach, you know, I'm going to show up to my daughter's soccer games or whatever. And like I said, everything I hear, you know, from my friends, it's like, it's not just like, oh, that's cool. It's like heartwarming. Just, you know, it's like the, I don't know if you remember that sketch from the Ben Stiller show, The Legends of Springsteen. Do you remember that bit?
I do remember that bit.
It's like the same thing. It's like these legends of Seger, and it's like every one of them is like, man, what a great guy.
Yeah, and it doesn't, it's unheralded, and it's like people don't know about this necessarily.
Right, because it's not like he's not a guy who like does stuff
it's not
promote what he's doing.
Yeah.
And I think we were joking about this the other night about when Seger, you know, did his final tour, I guess, and you know, I went to see him at the Forum. We were joking about this, of like when he comes out on stage and he's just like wearing dad jeans and a baggy t-shirt, and he's like big Coke bottle glasses, and you know, like, and it's just like, again, like there's just, but it's so real, right?
Yeah,
like there's
yeah,
no like
he's going to work.
Like,
he's going to work.
Yeah, man. He's not like walking out on stage with like these ridiculous scarves and leather pants, and like he doesn't dye his hair. You know, like his teeth aren't like straightened and whitened and whatever. Like, dude just like walked out on stage. I think I said this before. It looked like a half hour before he was at Costco, you know, buying shit, and then looked at his watch and was like, "Oh wait, we got a gig." And put on a great show. Like the show was fantastic. He totally killed it. But like, there's no pretension whatsoever about him being a rock star. Like there's no, you're sitting at the Forum, sold out show, and his band, you know, they're dressed like musicians playing a rock show. But like he walked out, and the contrast of just seeing him in like, you know, a pair of sneakers and like, you know, pleated dad jeans and a t-shirt and his glasses and a little sweatband because you don't want glasses to fog up.
He's got to see the lyrics and stuff.
And it was just fantastic. But the show was fantastic. Like, it's not like he didn't care about playing.
No. I mean, but that's the thing. It's like, and I feel like it's also, you know, he was possibly one of the hardest working people in the 70s. You know, that's what that space between Ramblin', Gamblin' Man and Night Moves, where he didn't have a hit for like 7, 8, 9 years or whatever it was. He was on the road. He was on the road playing 260, 300 shows a year,
Mhm.
and driving, you know, and like it wasn't like the big production, you know, he was doing it, and that's I feel like
Traveling
that's
man.
yeah, that's how Night Moves happened. That's how, like, you know, by the time that came around, he had already done he laid the groundwork, you know.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if this is true or not. Maybe you know the answer to this. Is Turn the Page the first like rock power ballad about life on the road? Like, did he invent that subgenre? Do we have him to blame for like
I'd love to say that, but
Faithfully
I have a feeling that there's got to be like, I thought about this before. This is sad, but I feel like there's probably an outlaw country song before that. You know what I mean? Because you know that this, I feel like there's something.
Oh, wait, we have to check the year. Me and Paul by Willie Nelson. What year did that come out?
Okay, look it up real quick.
Maybe that was it.
You know what I mean? But it's like I feel like those guys were writing about that stuff. 1971. And Turn the Page was the original version of Turn the Page was 72, right?
Well, the album was called Back in 72, but I want to be sure of when it actually came out, because I don't think it came out in 72.
73.
73.
It was actually 73.
Although
it was recorded in 72.
Not to get too nitpicky, but Me and Paul's not a ballad. It's kind of an upbeat, fun song.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like that whole like that heavy, because you know it was like songs like Faithfully and Home Sweet Home that were like these like heavy songs about how horrible it was to be out on the road, which is a weird thing. It's like a weird genre, right? Because no one can relate to it but other rock stars, and yet everyone did these songs. But like those like Turn the Page is like, it's kind of like a dark, sad song, right? About
it is. You know, there's another weird fact about this song. Oh, this is weird. Not so weird, but the only two songs he ever wrote on the road were Night Moves and Turn the Page. And then another fact about Turn the Page, there's a line in the song. Where is it? Later in the evening when you lie awake in bed with the echo from the amplifiers ringing in your head. It's a reference to his tinnitus.
He already had that by 72? Jesus.
He suffered from as a teenager. Even.
Wow. Because most Townsend didn't clock out until he was in his 50s with that.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
He hoped to convey some of the loneliness and aggravation that musicians feel while touring. Yeah, you got it, brother. You got it there. That's for sure. Let me, you know what? Might as well play a version of this song. This is my new favorite band. You know, I know that we didn't have fans early on tonight of them, but I love the vibe of this band, the French Leftovers. And I love that it's a family affair. It's like brothers and cousins and daughter and you know, again, it's just the kind of thing that I know that knowing that they're in Paris doing this and playing together in some sort of bar just makes me kind of like, man, I wish we could be there. This is French Leftovers doing Turn the Page.
On a long and lonesome highway east of Omaha, you can listen to the engine moaning out his one-note song. You can think about the women or the girls you meet the night before. Then your thoughts will soon be wandering the way they always do, while you're driving 16 hours and there's nothing much to do. You don't feel that much like driving. Just wish the trip were through. Say, here I am on the road again. There I am on the stage. There I go, playing the star again. There I go, down the page. And you walk into a restaurant, strung out from the road, as you feel the eyes upon you when you're shaking up the cold. You pretend it doesn't bother you, but you just want to explode. Most times you can hear them talking, other times you can't. All the same old cliches as that old woman or a man. And soon you feel outnumbered. Just don't dare make a stand. Say, here I am on the road again. There I am up on the stage. There I go, playing the star again. There I go, down the page. Out there in the spotlights, you're a million miles away. Every ounce of energy you try to give away, and the sweat pours out your body like the music that you play. Later in the evening, as you lay awake in bed, with the echoes from the amplifiers ringing in your head, you smoke today's last cigarette, remembering what she said. She said, here I am on the road again. There I am upon the stage. There I go, playing the star again. There I go, down the page. Well, here I am on the road again. There I am on the stage. There I go, playing the star again. Down the page. Yeah, down the page. Down the page.
Turn the page again. You know, one of those things that I wish I could be. You know, stumble into a bar in Paris somewhere, in some Aradons, whatever, and just kind of be surprised by those guys playing. I love it. I love it, and I love the daughter who plays drums and sings. I'm going to be playing some videos from her in the future because she's insane. She's great. My brother. I want to thank you for participating in this evening's theme. I know that I reach out for you for particular things, and definitely Detroit is one of them. But
always happy to join, man. And as I keep telling you, thank you doing these, for pushing me to do these, for helping me kind of find my voice. I appreciate it.
Yeah, look, you know what, man? I feel like you're going somewhere, kid. You got
you got talent. You're going places.
Nah, I'm serious though, but this like it's just really cool to be a witness to like, you know, you're just kind of getting out there and doing your thing. And tonight was really cool. It was a nice surprise.
Well,
I didn't want to watch.
You're the coach, not the witness.
You're like, check it before you play it. I'm like, I'm not gonna check it, man. I'm not gonna check it. I'm just gonna play it because you sent it, so I'm gonna play it. And I was pleasantly surprised. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna say goodbye by mentioning some things real quick. Again, Make Music Topanga, June 21st. Please at Make Music Topanga or makemusicday.org/Topanga. May 23rd, Dirty Low Down in Nabu Wines, nabuwines.com. Visit next week. It's the Holy Broken Night, May 12th, 7 p.m. Pacific with Scott Persico. We're going to talk about his album, What I Could Have Said. This Saturday, Park Your Ass at Home on Instagram. Friday night, Elemental P in town. Saturday night, LA River. So many things. Folks, again, this is what we do. Truck Stop Mixtape. Every week is a different thing. Send me your videos. Be involved. Subscribe to our YouTube page. Like our Facebook page. And let's make some music together. Let's make some noise together and make things a little bit better, just a little bit better. You know, we're not trying to pollute the airwaves. We're trying to put a little light on the things that are out there and the people who are being positive and doing good. You know, that's just what we're trying to. That's what we can do right now. So. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna play a song, then I'm gonna go out with a few videos. But brother, thank you. I'm gonna attempt this song because I really wanted to record it, but again, you know, I couldn't do the other one that I really wanted to do, and it's not a song that I want to do right now because I can't do Ramblin' Gamblin', man. But I'm gonna try this one because when I first came to Los Angeles. The first night that I spent here, I remember driving around and thinking about this song. And because I'll never forget my first day, like driving through Los Angeles and thinking,
You never forget your first trip down Lincoln Boulevard.
No, Lincoln's great. I was just thinking more like Hollywood Boulevard. Like, you know, it's just like the sort of expectation because you're raised on this idea of Hollywood, and it's just such a
you get there and it's like, yeah, that no,
it's like it's strip malls with palm trees, and it's like but I was glad to dig in and dig a little deeper and get involved in what was going on and find the love in everyone in this town and feel that love coming back. It was just the most important. But again, this song was a song that was in my head when I was driving around my first night in LA. So thank you, brother. And I'm just gonna put you aside because I don't want to give you the awkward job of looking at me play where people can see you looking at me play.
It's just gonna be like this.
You know what? You see, you just dared me. I'm gonna leave that up like that. Now you're gonna be up while I do this. In fact, I'm gonna do this. Hold on. Can I do a little? Let me switch you. Can I put you here? Let's see if I can do that. Now I'm gonna play in the small circle, and now the big square. I mean, the big square is gonna be you just going like, oh, how long is this gonna last? I'll get you out, man. Love you, man. See you soon. Thanks everyone for watching. There's still a little bit of music, but I'm gonna play this out. I'm gonna try this song, and wish me luck.
Good luck.
Here we go. Actually, let me. David, can you hear this? Can you hear?
I can. Yeah.
All right. Good. Thank you, brother. Here we go. Let's see. Where is this? Here we go. Okay. She stood there bright as the sun on that California coast. He was a Midwestern boy on his own. She looked at him with those soft eyes so innocent and blue. He knew right then he was too far from home. He was too far from home. She took his hand and she led him along that golden beach. They watched the waves tumble over the sand. They drove for miles and miles up those twisting, turning roads. Higher and higher and higher they climbed. And those Hollywood nights and those Hollywood hills, she was looking so right in her diamonds and frills. And those big city nights and those high rolling hills, above all the lights, she had all of the skills. He headed west 'cause he felt that a change would do him good. See some old friends, it was good for the soul. She had been born with a face that would let her get away. He saw that face and he lost all control. Ooh, he lost all control. Night after night, day after day, it went on and on. Then came that morning, he woke up alone. He spent all night staring down at the lights of LA, wondering if he could ever go home. And those Hollywood nights, in those Hollywood hills, it was looking so right, it was giving him chills. And those big city nights and those high rolling hills, above all the lights, with a passion that kills. Hollywood nights, Hollywood hills, she was looking so right in her diamonds and frills. And those big city nights and those high rolling hills, above all the lights, she had all of the skills. I was so distracted. My ear by the head. This thing was just like, damn it.
I'm so glad you did that song, and I'm so glad you did that song that way.
Yeah, that's how I feel that song, man.
That song is, and this is the conversation for another night alone, but that is the story of my first relationship when I moved to California. Like almost note for note. And so the real song, you know, is upbeat and crazy, and but the way you just did it is the way that I always heard it, because it's a sad song. Like it
totally is, man. It totally is. I mean, to me, that's how, because it's like, you know, it's, you know, whatever, man. It's it's stereotypical. It's the bus pulling in and the sort of, you know, okey doke getting off the bus, hoping to fulfill their Hollywood dreams. But it's I don't know. I felt it with that one, with that song, and that's like, you know,
I mean, that Midwestern boy on his own, and like it's no, and when we were talking about like working, like what, you know, what songs, you know, like what song I was gonna do and everything, and like I was messing around with that like doing that song in sort of a, I'm glad you did it instead, because you sang the hell out of it. It was beautiful.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm sure you would have killed it too. Christopher Fonda, thank you so much thank you for your version of Old Time Rock and Roll. Like I said before, you know, it's a song David's not a fan. It's not the first song that I would go to for Bob Seger. And you, for me, did the best version that I found online, and I saw hundreds of them, man, hundreds of versions. And I thought, man, who is this Christopher Fonda guy? And and then I saw his YouTube page. I have to actually share this real quick, just to make sure. And I'm gonna put this. Hold on, just because it's the end of the show, and I just want to make sure that whoever's watching this on repeat gets the right information. It's in the comments section, so you can link right through right now. Go to his YouTube page, subscribe, because my man Christopher has got some serious. I love his pedigree. It's like I can tell that he comes from like almost like a punk rock, you know, late 70s, early 80s sort of you know, musical upbringing. But he's not shy about what he attacks. And thank you for the kind words there, brother. You know, you said you're talking about how Seger can slay with 3 chords. Now you're proving it. Thank you, man. I really, really appreciate that. And all of the emotion and all the skills. Yes, thank you, man. Thank you. Again, that song, man, for that matter, actually, the majority of this man's catalog, he just proves over and over that, you know, if you believe in it, if you like, you do it with enough belief, it doesn't matter like how average the message is or how tried it is for some people or whatever. It's like
there's not an ironic note.
You know what I mean? It's like if you feel it, then other people are going to feel it too. But I think Elias is the cue. Elias.
Hello.
Good night, brother. Good night.
Good night.
Sleep tight.
Tired.
Everybody, thank you for watching. This has been Truck Stop Mixtape. Again, watch next week. Scott Persico in the house. Go to the YouTube page, youtube.com/Truck Stop Mixtape. Subscribe. And thank you for watching. Gonna let you go with a little
final bit of trivia.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Because we were talking about Hollywood Nights.
Yes.
And the truth in that song. A sort of sequel on that record, which is another favorite song of his mine, is Still the Same.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a song he wrote about the people he encountered when he came to LA. So you got like Hollywood Nights is sort of the, like what you were describing, like you come out and, you know, not in Kansas anymore. And then Still the Same as his like sketches of the people that he
the
met.
actual people. This is the thing that another thing that I read about him was, I'm reading it now again, is that he claims that a lot of his music is not autobiographical, but he did come up with the chorus of Hollywood Nights as he was driving through the Hollywood Hills one night in 1977. Oh,
Can I recommend this book to anyone who cares?
Traveling Man. Who's the author?
Gary Graff, who was the music critic when I was growing up for the local Detroit newspaper, and it's like half biography, photo book, just a beautifully done book. So highly recommend.
Beautiful. Traveling Man, Gary Graff, Bob Seger autobiography. If you need to dig deep and if you want to do it offline and feel the page and turn the actual page.
Turn the actual page.
Again, love everyone for watching. Be good, be kind to people, do what you can to make this world a better place. And if you fall, smile as you do it. There's no shame. There's no shame in stumbling. There's no shame in making mistakes. Just pick yourself up and try again. And remember that other people are with you in this struggle. Don't be an idiot. Care about other people. This is a world that we live in together. Truck Stop Mixtape, y'all. Bye. I'm gonna leave you with my favorite duo in the moment, Devotion, who I was watching their live stream last Saturday, and they had seen a post about this show, and I sent them a message on the air while they were going. It's like, hey, you guys know any Bob Seger? And Mark was just like, are you eager for Seger? And they tried to play this song, and I love that they was just like, I don't care, we're gonna do this song now. So they did it, and again, I love these folks, and I love y'all for watching. Truck Stop Mixtape, y'all. Be good. Bye.
I saw that.
That is wonderful. Look at that. Look at that. Yes. Spinning the red on red artists tonight. Sweet. Any Bob Seger.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Eager for Seger, huh?
We can do that. Can we do the Can we do Still the Same, maybe?
Oh man, I forgot about that. Do you have that memorized?
Sort of. We can get through it. Oh, Giovanni on his show on the mixtape on Wednesday, he's doing Bob Seger. Yes.
Man, like a retrospective.
He's got people like that do Seger covers.
Oh,
I can't wait.
Cool.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it. That's the only thing I can't watch it that night.
Give me 1 second, and then if I can't find this, then I'll see what I can do. It's Still the Same.
Oh, very cool.
I remember that there was like some struggles when we would do that live. Not on your part. The band would always like kind of.
Well, so what?
Be in
But this is a
disagreement.
different time. Why? Who cares about the band? The band's not here. I mean, I care about them, but like, we would be doing it completely different. Like, who cares? I'm probably gonna mess it up.
Oh, don't say that. You're perfect.
Yeah, but you're making a big deal out of it. Really, you just need to sit down and just wing it.
What if I'm
You're winging every other song. Why can't you wing the Bob Seger song? I don't understand.
What if I'm comfortable over here?
Well, I guess that's okay.
I live here now. Oh? Ooh. Wow. Okay, no, I can't find it. Because remember we did a couple of Seger songs just once. Like one night we just did a couple of Seger
I get
songs.
it. Yeah, just sit
So
down.
I have some sheets.
That's fine. You don't need them.
Okay.
Let's just try it.
Still the Same, huh?
Let's try it. For all the Seger fans out there. Me, number one. I am in the group of number one Seger fans. I'll let you get the hang of it. I won't come in and yeah, you did.
At least it's fun. This part.
What's that? That part. was it?
Little
I
warning.
don't know. We still did it. I guess.
Yeah, we came real close. Oh, it was a D.
Yeah, that's okay. I was like, I can't sing that because I don't know where you're going. That's okay. Who cares? Still
Okay, from the
same.
top.
Maybe no.
I'm just
No, that's not funny.
Who's gonna ride the chrome three-wheeler? Who's gonna make that first mistake? Who wants to wear gypsy leathers all the way to Fire Lake? Who wants to break the news about Uncle Joe? You remember Uncle Joe? He was the one afraid to cut the cake. Who wants to tell poor Aunt Sarah Joe's run off to Fire Lake? Joe's run off Fire Lake. Who wants to brave those Browns beauties lying in the sun, where their long soft hair falling, flying as they run? Oh, they smile so shy and they flirt so well, and they lay you down so fast, till you look straight up and say, oh Lord, am I really here at last? Who wants to play those eights and aces? Who wants a race? Who needs a stake? Who wants to take the long shot gamble and head out to Fire Lake? Head out. Who wants to go to Fire Lake and head out? Who wants to go to Fire Lake? Who's gonna do it? Who wants to go to Fire Lake? Who's gonna do it? Who wants to go to Fire Lake? It seems like yesterday, but it was long ago. Janie was lovely, she was the queen of my nights. There in the darkness with the radio playing low, and the secrets that we shared, the mountains that we moved, caught like a wildfire out of control, till there was nothing left to burn and nothing left to prove. And I remember what she said to me, how she swore that it never would end. I remember how she held me, oh so tight. Wish I did know now what I did know then. against the wind. We were running against the wind. We were young and strong. We were running against the wind. And the years rolled slowly past. I found myself alone, surrounded by strangers I thought were my friends. Found myself further and further from my home, and guess I lost my way. There were oh so many roads. I was living and running, running to live. Never worried about pain or even how much I owe. Moving 8 miles a minute for months at a time, breaking all of the rules that would bend. I began to find myself searching for shelter again and again, against the wind. A little something against the wind. I found myself seeking shelter against the wind. Deadlines and commitments, what to leave in, what to leave out, against the wind. I'm still running against the wind. I'm older now, but still running against the wind. Well, I'm older now and still running against the wind, against the wind, against the wind, still running against the wind, against the wind, against the wind, still running against the wind, against